you? We are so excited to have you on the show today. I have with me the Katie Martin and the Rachel Stein. If you're thinking about, is it a good time to sell? You know, everyone has an opinion on what's going on in the news about the market. Well, we're local. We can give you the local information, and we're going to do that today on the show. So if you're thinking about selling or you have any questions, call in 409-896-KLVI. You've got the experts here. You can ask them any questions. Also, we have a live open house event going on at Sheila Court. It's 10930 Sheila Court. That's in the Estates of Finette. Oh my goodness, what a gorgeous house. It is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3-car garage, in-ground pool, all the bells and whistles. If you're thinking about living in the country but feeling comfortable, like city living, this is the place for you. So run out, tell Lauren hello. She's out there opening that house. And go ahead and take a tour. It is an opportunity for you to see a gorgeous house. Real quick, too, I've got to give a shout out. Neely Cooling, happy birthday. Neely's one of our buyer's agents, and she's expecting her first baby, Collins. It would be awesome if she had Collins today and they shared the same birthday.
She's ready.
Yes, she is definitely ready. So Collins is coming very soon. Today would be the great day. Also, a good friend of ours, Barbara Gowyer, it's her birthday. So for those of you who know Barbara, give her a shout out and tell her happy birthday. So join us just in a minute or two on 560 AM KLVI. We're going to go live here shortly, and we'll see you in just a bit. Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. We sure are enjoying it and enjoying the, a little bit cooler temperatures. It's 95, it's not 100.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's a good day.
Yeah, right.
We're moving in the right direction at least. I'm so excited today. We're going to be talking about everything listing. If you are thinking, really, is now a good time to sell? Is it? You know, you've heard the national news and they talk all kinds of stuff. But real estate is really local. What's going on locally is very different from what's going on nationally. Now, does the national market sometimes impact us? Absolutely. And so we want to talk about how are we being impacted, what's going on, how are things going here in Southeast Texas. So today I have Katie Martin, who is our listing specialist with Dayna SImmons Real Estate, and I also have Rachel Stein, who is our listing partner with Dayna SImmons Real Estate. We're so excited to have the two of them on the show, and we're going to talk to them shortly and let them tell you a little bit about themselves. But first, a couple of things. How is the market? Well, I'm going to tell you, Katie and I are going to talk about it in our next segment, but the market is still really good here. We're going to talk about exactly what does that mean, really good. So you're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned through this segment and into the next one where we're going to talk specifics about what is going on. Today, right now, at this moment, we're having an open house at 10930 Sheila Court. It is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3-car garage, in-ground pool in the Estates of Finette on almost 2 acres, 1.95 acres. If you would like to take a run out to the Estates of Finette, it's just right there down 124 to Golding Road. That is so close to Beaumont. You are like a hop, skip, and a jump away from everything you need, which is great for country living, but man, this is a very nice city-like home.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Don't get in the pool though, because that's frowned upon during an open house.
Oh, sorry.
Dip your
Can't
toes
break
in.
Might be tempting though, right now.
It would be nice. And no, Lauren won't be in her suit either. So she might want to be, though, with that heat out there. But head on out there and take a peek and enjoy the view of this incredibly beautiful home. Another thing I want to get to real quick is today is our very own Neely Cooling's birthday.
Yay, Neely.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, it's way better for Rachel to sing that. My kids would always say, "No, Mom, please don't sing." But happy birthday, Neely. We hope you're having an amazing day, and we're all hoping that that little bundle of joy comes today on your birthday. You can share that day with her. Another friend of mine, Barbara Gallier. Today is her birthday, so for any of you who know Barbara, give her a shout out and tell her happy birthday as well. Hope you have a great day, Barbara. But let me get to our guests, and we're going to let them talk a little bit about themselves so you can get to know them, and then we're going to go into what's going on in the market. So first, Katie Martin, tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, I'm Katie Martin. I'm a listing specialist with Dayna SImmons Real Estate, and I've been in the industry. August will begin my 23rd year. It always makes me feel old every time I say it, but
You were
anyway.
just a babe when you started.
Yes, I was. So I have a husband and 2 girls. One of them just completed cheer camp today, so I'm grateful that's over and school's about to start.
Yeah, we saw her. We love our families in our office, and we encourage family time at the office. And so Poppy came waddling down the hall.
She's very sore.
A little
she hasn't done
sore.
anything all summer.
A little sore from cheer camp, but she loved it.
Yes. So, but that's it. What
Well,
else about me? I don't know.
I'm gonna. Well, you're very familiar with what's going on in the new construction phase of this world.
Oh, yes, building a house right now, which
Yeah.
is
Super smart.
a
No,
unique,
just kidding.
a unique time in the market to try this, but it's going well, and it'll all be worth it when it's finished.
Katie likes challenges.
Yeah, she really does. And so that is one of the things about Katie that we love is that nothing is too hard for Katie.
No, she did. She's a. Yeah.
We did a in-house kind of personality test and what your gifts are, and evidently tenacity was one of mine.
Uh-huh.
And I said, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense now that it's put on paper.
Yeah,
in front of me.
but what makes you an incredible listing specialist, because that is what you need in this business, and with the years of experience and that tenacity, it makes you an ideal listing person. So I personally have witnessed what she does and how she does it, and she's a rock star, and I think no one in this area better. So, and with her, we have her partner, Rachel Stein, who is a rock star too, and who not only is amazing in the real estate world, but has the voice of an angel.
Aw, that's so sweet.
You do. And
Sing
we
us
get
something, Rachel.
and we get to hear it down the hall all the time. Yeah, Rachel
Yeah,
just
I
break
sing.
out the song.
I sing out. Everything goes to music in my mind.
Yeah, well, and you do a great job of it, even when you're unloading the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And her office. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm from this area, born and raised, Orangefield, Orange area. And I have 2 kids, Madison and Connor. My son Connor is actually doing mission work in Tyler, so he's with YWAM, if anyone's familiar with YWAM. I have a wonderful husband, Paul Stein, who is, he works for Lumber Liquidator, or I'm sorry, LL Flooring. I get in trouble for that all the time because it's changed the name. And so we live in Bridge City. It's wonderful. We love it. And I love doing what I do. So
Yeah.
I get to go first and do all the fun stuff, and then Katie gets to deal with numbers.
And we're going to talk
She's
about
so
that.
much better at that than I am.
We're going to talk about each of your gifts and what you do and what it looks like. We are different than any other real estate company in Southeast Texas.
Absolutely,
And how we
yeah.
do things is very different. And some people aren't familiar. They're like, well, everybody's the same. No, we're not. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we're different. But first, I did want to also share what I love about you guys and how it all fits together is all of our spouses are in some form of either home building or real estate. I mean, Rachel, your husband, LL Flooring, store manager. Katie, your husband, Artie Martin Electric. My husband is our wonderful producer. He's the one who runs, actually, Dayna SImmons Real Estate. My
He's
husband
the
Ken,
go-to.
he is our go-to. And
Ken
so
Simmons.
I get to be the real estate person. He gets to do all the business on the back end, and I'm like, woohoo, yay!
Yeah.
Call Ken. If you have any of those kinds of questions. So our families are pretty interconnected in all that we do, which is important to us as a culture in our office as well. So
what I love, it's really cool when I interviewed with Dayna, she interviews the agent first, and then she interviews the agent and the spouse, or anybody in your family that's important to you. Because it is important to have that spousal support on your side if you're considering getting into real estate.
yes,
Like
it
right
is.
there.
Yeah, there's a lot of time and energy.
Yeah, because my husband knew no different. So when I was actually in labor with my first child, I was negotiating a contract.
Yeah.
But it was after the epidural, so it was all fine.
Good to go.
But like he knows nothing else, so it
Yeah.
is nice having a spouse, but you have to kind of be prepared for it.
Yeah, it is important because when you're in real estate, it's not just your typical 9-to-5 job. One of the things that we all do is it's almost every single day, all day. What has helped us is our team concept and how we do it so that we do have someone on call 8 to 8 every day, but that someone changes, which helps us because you have to have work-life balance. You can't just have work. And so family for us is really, really important, and that's how we do it. But enough about that. What do you guys want to hear about? You want to hear about what is going on in this market and how would that impact you if you're thinking about selling? Well, we want to talk to you about that, and we want to talk to you about it from experience. What's going on with us? What are the houses we're selling? How are things going in our office? We do a lot of real estate, so we have a lot of experience to kind of give you not just pie in the sky, but here's really what's going on and what's happening. So you're not going to want to go away. You are going to want to turn to Facebook Live and take a peek at the 10930 Sheila Courthouse that we're about to have on the Dayna SImmons Facebook page. So take a peek at that, or go ahead and run on out there. Lauren's out there ready to greet you and show you that house, and you're going to love it. So when we come back, more about the market. This is Dayna SImmons with the Dayna SImmons Show. This is Dayna SImmons, and I'm joined today with Katie Martin, listing specialist with Dayna SImmons Real Estate, and also Rachel Stein, listing partner with Dayna SImmons Real Estate. We are so excited to have them join us today. Today, we are having a live open house event at 10930 Sheila Court, which is in the Estates of Fannette. For those of you who don't know where that might be, it's right off 124. You take Galding Road, and then you go into the gated subdivision of Estates of Fannette. It is beautiful out there. Lauren Camacho is out there giving tours for people who want to take a look at that property. It is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3-car garage with an in-ground pool. It is on almost 2 acres, 1.95 acres, and almost 4,100 square feet, 4,094 square feet. Gorgeous.
It is a beautiful house. It really is. It has
What-
a huge pantry.
What I was going to say, what is your favorite part of that house?
The pantry.
The pantry.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, wow, this is.
Yeah.
And it's got a great layout too.
Yeah, the floor plan is
The floor
amazing.
plan is really nice. Upstairs, you got like a game room space and some bedrooms. It's just, you have a lot of space to spread out.
My favorite is the outside.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Yeah.
What about you, Katie?
I like all the entertaining space and
Yeah.
also so many bedrooms, especially for like holidays or if you have a large family, things like that.
Guests coming over, you've got a place for them. Yeah, it is an amazing house to hate and prepping for the holidays. Christmas in
right.
July. You could have a house.
We only have 6 months to plan.
Well, if you are out and about, head out there. Tell Lauren Camacho hello, and she's a great agent and can walk you through and help you with the details of that property. If not, you can call our office 409-866-8326. If you have questions about that house, one of our agents is ready to answer your call right now. I'm not sure if it's Cindy, Paula, or Karen, but one of our ISAs is ready to be able to give you any kind of information you want about that. Again, 409-866-TEAM, TEAM, which is 866-8326. Okay, so we said we're going to talk about how is the market. Katie, last week, we talked about what happened in the last month. And so we've seen in the last 6 months, we've seen a really good market. The beginning of the year, even last year, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of fast-paced stuff going on and growth. Yeah. So if someone asked you, okay, how's the market? What are you thinking what is it that you want to tell people?
Well, I would say, I know this sounds like a negative word, but it is volatile. That's just the way that it is. And I would say every week, just we're kind of starting fresh. Like, what's going to happen this week?
Yeah.
in the real estate show. So volatile would be the word that I'm using, but in a good way. I mean, there's pros and cons to every type of market. So
yes, and that's the thing. You've been through for 23 years. You've been through many of those, and I have as well with almost 30 years. So the thing that we've learned is that what you just said, volatile doesn't always mean bad.
right.
It just means changes.
And it's equalizing.
Right.
So, there was so much fear for buyers even 6 months ago that they were
Right.
never going to find anything. And while the interest rates were low, who cares if you can't find anything?
Or if people are bidding $40,000
Yeah.
over asking price. And so that's the other side of that,
Mhm.
is that while the interest rate might have been low, the prices were so high.
Right. And even with the interest rates, what they are right now, historically, it's still lower than historic rates.
Average, yeah.
Historic average. So while it may sound bad when you watch the news, it's not what's happening here. So I would say don't be afraid to just do more research, find out. For some people, it's not working out right now. For a lot of people, it still is. So if you are selling and purchasing, it's a better time for you because you're going to be able to get into something that's a little more reasonable. So it's a balance.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
Are we still seeing multiple offers?
On some properties,
Mm-hmm.
not all of them. I would say last year, probably 90% of our listings got multiple offers. Now it may be more like 40 or 50%.
Right.
But when I came back from I loosely call it vacation because it was youth camp, so I didn't get much rest. But when I came back that following week, I had 6 offers on 2 different houses each, and then had 4 offers on another house. So thank you, Dayna, for giving me my phone back that day.
And I was like, okay, Katie, your phone's on your desk.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back.
So, and I think the sellers were actually pretty surprised that was still happening, because they weren't with the anticipation after watching the national news that that's what was happening. So that was a good phone call to make.
And again, that depends on location, price range, all of those things. So, talk to the audience about where are we seeing the majority of the multiple offers still occur?
Pricing correctly.
That's right.
Always.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the key, because it really doesn't matter what condition your home's in. We're going to create a strategy for it, but you have to be willing to price correctly. And that's, we usually get on average 98% of our list price on our team. And it's because we're having those tough conversations up front. If you're moving into a market in Austin, it's not going to be the same type of pricing that they're going to have there. So I just want to be transparent with people and let them know what, and it's so, I don't know the word I'm looking for. We have to break it down so far because it's not even, your school district or your location. It's maybe your neighborhood, or what your other neighbors' houses look like, or what's the average for price point that demographic's going to want to be in. So there's so much more than just, I have a cute updated house. It should be worth $200 a square foot.
Yeah, the house around the corner sold for that.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the part about working with an experienced listing agent that is so critical. Understanding how to price a property properly. You don't want to underprice it. You don't want to leave money on the table, but you don't want to overprice it. So it's so critical to look at the data and to be able to do that. I know for you, Katie, you were an engineering major. Numbers are so important to you. And looking at all the data, and the data doesn't lie.
Right.
The challenge, though, for us right now is that the data from 6 months ago.
Right. You're exactly right. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
And typically an appraiser is going to use 6 months of data when they do their research. But for me right now, the last few weeks, really, I've only been going back 3 months. Because that's really what's showing us the real picture of what's happening currently. And it may change, in the next 2-3 months too. We don't really know what's going to happen in the future. I'm sure you talked about last week, the interest rates are scheduled to go up again. We don't really know when, but they will. And it's just a matter of fact. So we have to watch all the trends really closely. And that's another thing that's important to have an experienced agent. And I think the team structure is so important for that, because we have a lot of listings out there, and we get to see that data real time over 80 or 100 listings versus maybe another agent that only has 4 or 5 listings, and they just kind of know what's happening in their little pocket. So
and the other side is that our listings are across all of Southeast Texas. They're in Hardin County, they're in Orange County, they're in Jefferson County. I mean, we have some
even as far as Winnie or Newton
Chambers County, Newton County. We have listings all over, so that Jasper County, that it does give us a pretty broad picture of what's going on, even just for us internally, which helps.
Right. So all those things, I would say, overall, we're just watching and we're adjusting, we're adapting, because that's what we need to do to give you the best service we can.
Right. And so what you were saying is looking at the past 3 months. I mean, that is where you start. So you base it on the past. But of course, we cannot predict the future. And so let's say you price a property and you base it on the last 3 months. What is the next step if in 3 weeks that house has not sold?
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to get a phone call from me because the market trends are going to change. So we want to make sure that we're in line with the market at any given point in time. So if 3 weeks later the market's completely slowed down, we're going to have a conversation on how we can boost them to get them back into a position that's going to be favorable.
Right. Yeah, and it's talking about all the options. at that point. It's like and it's always the seller's choice. But our job is to guide and direct. And so that's part of the conversation you'll have is, here's what the market is saying.
We want them to feel like they've had an informed decision.
Right.
They can make an informed decision, so, and we want them to be comfortable in that. I've suggested things that are very strange to some people and outside the box, and yes, they may have to spend some more money doing this or that or whatever the case may be, but as long as we get to that end goal, whatever that is for them, that's what we want to do.
Yeah, paying dividends. I mean, that's the key. And with the 23 years of experience, you've seen a lot.
Right.
And so it gives you the opportunity not to put them in one box.
Yeah, and personally, I've made mistakes in my investments.
Right.
I mean, I've lost some money before. It's not fun. So, I can go through that with them. And like you said, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but what I can do is just help guide them to put them in the best place that we can.
Yeah, and help them make a decision they feel confident about.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, if you have questions about the market in your neighborhood and you're curious, hey, is it a good time for me? It is very specific. It's not like we can give you a blanket policy. Yes, it's a great time for you in your situation. Everything is very individualized, and we like to treat it personally with your situation and how we can assist you. So if you're curious, give our office a call, 409-866-8326. And Cindy sent me a text. She is the one who is ready to take your call.
And now we know she's listening.
And she's listening.
And she's going to get a special something or the other. I'm going to give her some farm fresh eggs for free next week.
So
She's
give
excited.
Cindy a call. She would love to take your call and answer your questions. She said, I'm ready. Tell them to call me. So call Cindy, let her answer those questions, set up an appointment for you to visit with Katie and with Rachel. So when we come back, we talked about a while ago how we are different from everyone else. So really, what makes us different? Some people just say they're different, but they're not really different. So we're going to talk about our processes, multiple, plural, and go through what does make us different and then why. Because different isn't great just for being different. Different is only good if it's more efficient and effective. And so we're going to talk about how our differences make us efficient and effective. But you are going to want to run out to 10930 Sheila Court in Finette and take a look at that house with Lauren Camacho. She is waiting for you in the Estates of Finette to tour you on that property. 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3-car garage on almost 2 acres, over 4,000 square feet. Man, it's a great house. So head out there, tell Lauren that Dayna sent you out there, and tell her I said hello and thank you for being out there. And when we come back, we're going to talk about our listing processes and what we do and why we do them. This is Dayna SImmons with the Dayna SImmons Show.
The National Beat Baseball Association World Series will take place from July 24th through 31st here in the city of Beaumont. The sport of beat baseball is played primarily through sound. We utilize a 16-inch softball with a beeping mechanism inside. Once you pull the pin, it emanates a loud beep so that the players are able to hear everything auditorily. Our organization consists of 30 to 35 teams from around the United States, 9 of which happen to reside in the state of Texas. The hospitality here in Beaumont is second to none, so to be able to have the World Series here is just a tremendous opportunity for not only those teams, but for our entire organization. And anybody who has an opportunity to come and volunteer and see one of the most amazing sports on the planet, please contact the Beaumont Convention and Visitors Bureau to do so, and we welcome everybody who's able to come and support the National Beat Baseball Association.
Welcome back. This is Dayna SImmons, and I am joined today with Katie Martin and Rachel Stein, part of our listing team at Dayna SImmons Real Estate, and we are going to talk to you about how are we different from every other company in Southeast Texas, and what do we do different, and why do we do it? The first couple of things I want to say. Sheila Court, 10930 Sheila Court, you keep hearing me say it, but head on out to Estates of Finette and see Lauren out there and take a tour of that gorgeous home. You're going to not want to miss it. It's on almost 2 acres. It's beautiful. Another thing that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that we're going to participate in this week, several months ago, I had the Beat Baseball Association president out on our show, and they are actually coming to Beaumont this week. Guys, if you haven't seen what that's about, you need to go Google Beat Baseball. This is baseball for the blind, and the National World Series is going to be held here in Beaumont next week. Our team's going to be out there volunteering. The opening ceremonies are Monday, this week, Monday, and it's out at the Chris Quinn soccer fields. It is a great opportunity to bring your family out, be entertained, and encourage and cheer on these teams in their World Series. So I want to invite you, I want to remind you, if you have any questions, you can go online and Google 2022 Beat Baseball information, and the Beaumont Convention and Visitors Bureau has worked so hard to bring that to Southeast Texas. That's going to really increase our tax dollars here. We want to promote it, we want to help it, we want to volunteer. So be a part of what's going on here in our community. Now, back to real estate. Now, we talked about our listing team and how things are really different. So let's say you're thinking, I may want to sell my house. You call our office, and if you call today, you get Cindy. And you tell Cindy, hey, I really want to have someone come take a look at my house. Cindy, the very first step is she's going to make an appointment for Rachel to go out and take a look at your house. And so Rachel Stein, who is our listing partner, is the first face that you're going to see. And it is a wonderful, joyful face you're going to see. It's so interesting. Last week, after our closings, I always call our clients just to touch base, see how things went for them and communicate. One of our clients last week just went on and on and on about Rachel and about how her sweet, happy personality, which it's true. Rachel walks in the room and she's like, hello.
Actually, he just walks in the office and we can hear that.
They always know. They always know.
Hear her all the way in the back because she's just singing and she's happy and she just has the joy of the Lord in her, and it just exudes from her. And so it's such a joy to get to work every day with Rachel, but she's also such a blessing to those who she gets to meet as she goes out. So, Rachel, you get to someone's house. Let's talk about what you do and why you do it, and then we'll talk next steps after that.
Well, I like to think that when I go out, I kind of make them comfortable. Because the first initial meeting, they're very nervous. Like, okay, don't look at my dirty clothes. Don't look at all these things in the house.
My dishes in my sink.
My dishes in my sink.
That? Yeah.
My dog's not mean, I promise. That kind of stuff. So, first of all, I want to make them comfortable and say, look, I'm just a normal person. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to just come in and see things and kind of figure out where we're at, what you need. And I think a lot of it is people, the way our team works is we're very focused on what people need.
Right.
So it's not so much, it is about the house, it's about what are you needing?
Yeah.
What is your family needing? What is your goals? Where are we going? So a lot of times I like to sit and kind of just see, hey, so where are you guys at? What are y'all looking at? What do y'all want to do?
Yeah.
But one great thing is when I go out, I'm able to look at things and kind of discuss a few light things. I try not to go into too much detail. I like to leave that to the pro, Katie Martin. But, we'll just kind of give them an idea of what they're looking at. Because a lot of people, when they call us to go out, they're like, okay, I need to know what to fix. Do I need to fix this? Is it going to be worth fixing? We're going to do all that for you.
That's right.
And that's what's great about it is we do take, as individual people, we take them and we say, okay, what do you need? What is your financial position? What is it you're looking to do in the future? And be able to take it and move it on, and it not be such a cookie cutter kind of
It's
situation.
not just transactional.
Right. It
No.
is very personal.
And so while you're out there, you're taking pictures, but it's not pictures for marketing.
No. Everything I do is strictly for comps, and it's really funny because a lot of people are so concerned. Sometimes I walk up to the door and they're like, and I'm like, well, we've been cleaning. We've been cleaning. We make sure the house is clean. And does it look okay? I'm like, no, don't worry about me. And they're like, oh, okay,
Good.
relax.
Yeah.
Good. I'm like, no. So a lot of people are, worried about what I'm going to say. Listen, I am not an immaculate cleaner. I'm not going to walk through your house and definitely not judge you on your house. And everything we do is strictly to see the structure.
Right.
We just want to see where we're at so that we can price correctly, have a good market analysis, the most accurate market analysis we could get. If we would just walked in with comps, we haven't seen your home.
What have we compared it to?
Exactly. So it's
Have
a
we
lot.
compared it with something that looks like yours, that's the age of
Right.
yours, that's updated like yours?
Exactly.
So your job is to go out information gathering, also not just for the property, but for the people.
Yes.
To kind of say, okay, what is it, your goal, like what you're saying, and then to gather all of that, help them feel comfortable, and then you put that together for Katie, right?
Right. And she gets all the information.
Yes. Oh, it's glorious.
Yeah.
It really
And it's very different from how we used to do it.
Yes.
Because we used to, you and I both, used to go out to a property kind of blind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might tell you a little bit about it, but sometimes people will say, oh yeah, my house is updated. And you walk in and yes, it was 20 years ago.
Yes.
There are different versions
Of
of
updated.
Yes.
And so getting pictures, gathering the information, seeing what needs to be fixed, kind of getting an idea of what are some of the deficiencies, prepares Katie for the conversations. And so Katie, you get all of that information and then talk about what you do with that.
Yeah. So the second part of our process is the clients will come into the office, and that's where we have our meeting. And it's nice because Rachel's already prepped me. If you need somebody to fix your roof or foundation, I mean, there's all kinds of things. We can already be prepared to start talking about that and what those prices look like. And then also, like she said, we've already prepared comps that are going to be accurate to your property.
And it goes back to what you said, pricing the home properly. If your agent is just pulling from the air comps that are not similar or that don't really match what your property is like, that's hard to do.
Yeah, it is. I actually had a phone call yesterday, a listing phone call, and she had 3 other agents come to her property, and she said, I just don't know why they're using these comps. And so when I pulled my comps, they were pretty similar, but nobody explained to her why they were using these comps. So we decided that she's not in a position to sell right now, and that's okay.
Right.
If you're ready in a year or two, we're still going to be here.
I think that's key, is that what Rachel said is that our goal is to help you reach your goal.
Mm-hmm.
And that may not be selling right now. And there's never pressure to do that. We want to give you the facts, just the facts, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you don't get that. You're too young. But,
We do. We're in that,
We're in that
category.
grade.
but that's really our job, is
Right.
just to guide people to help them make the right decision.
Yeah.
And so you sit down with them, you kind of go through, here's what we do and here's how we do it.
Yeah, and part of it's just our marketing. We're talking about pricing so much, but it's because we have confidence in our marketing already.
Yeah.
That we know what we're doing, and we're doing the best we can out there in the industry. And we're ahead of the curve on so many things.
Yeah.
I mean, just like this production today that's being put on, it's a true production. I mean, I was just thanking Ken earlier for all that he does, because it takes about 8 people to get this
Together.
show
Yeah.
up and running with a live open house and all the Facebook Live and all that stuff.
Yeah, our marketing team who
Absolutely.
does all of the posts, our videographer, our photographer. That's something that's different about us too, is that we're not just one person trying to do all of it. We're a team.
And people are blown away by what everybody does in their positions. And they're like, how can you only charge, the commission that you charge for all that we're getting I mean, I've had people say that to me before. I'm like, well, I can charge more if you do. That is no problem.
Yeah.
But it's structured in a way that's completely unique to real estate. And
Yeah.
It's great to be a part of.
It is. It is. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk more about what is going on in the real estate market. How is it impacting all of us in Southeast Texas? But before I let you go, I want you to go to our Facebook Live because you're going to see one of our live videos for 7540 Coral Creek. This property is in the Willow Creek subdivision, and it is almost an acre, 0.95 of an acre. It is a 5-bedroom, 4 full baths, 2 half baths, 3 car garage, in-ground pool on the golf course. And we're going to talk more about that house when we come back. But oh my goodness,
It's gorgeous.
It is. It is
Oh,
a beautiful
go
house.
online and watch. Cicely Moore is going to give you a tour of that property. So go to our Facebook Live and take a peek. But when we come back, we'll talk more. This is Dayna SImmons with the Dayna SImmons Show.
Hello, my name is Cicely Sterling Moore, and I'm here out at Coral Creek at this beautiful mansion located in the golf course community of Willow Creek Estates. So I'm standing here in this beautiful family room, and I'm standing in front of this gorgeous fireplace where you and your family can enjoy during the winter months. Also, this living room features beautiful wood floors throughout, and it's a nice open concept. So what I love most about this home is this fabulous kitchen. It is so bright and beautiful. It features this large granite island, and it also features stainless steel appliances and subway tile. I mean, you don't want to miss this opportunity. This house is just breathtaking. So off of the main living space, we're now in the master bedroom. This bedroom is absolutely stunning. It features tons of natural lighting, another fireplace, and continued wood floors. So follow me to the master bathroom. So this stunning bathroom features his and her sinks, his and her closets, and a freestanding bathtub. It is just absolutely beautiful, and you have enough space for you to get ready in the morning. So making our way upstairs, we have 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and this spacious game room. It features a wet bar and plenty of space for you to make it your own. So we finally made our way into this magnificent backyard where you have golf course views, and it also features a pool with a rock waterfall and built-in hot tub, an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, and fire pit. So I told you a little bit about what this house has to offer. So please come join me at 7540 Coral Creek. I'll be here from 12 to 1, and I hope to see you here.
News Talk 5.
Welcome back. It's Dayna SImmons, and I'm joined today by Katie Martin and Rachel Stein, who are part of our listing team. And let me just say, our listing team consists of quite a few people. We have Hannah Hoos, who is our listing assistant. We have Ashley Flowers. I know that. That's,
It just took
I
a
wanted
second.
to say,
It just took a second.
it's another name came in my head, and I'm like, do I know a person by that name? Ashley Flowers is also our listing assistant. Then we also have Ryan Brown.
She was recently married. That one's
fine
to do either one.
Yeah, you can
other
do. Yeah,
name
you can do
there.
either.
Yeah, she is a listing assistant and Katie's assistant. Then we have Casey Maynez, who is our transaction coordinator, and Reagan. I'm almost saying her. Contreras now.
Contreras.
I almost said her maiden name because she's only been married a year.
Yeah, she hasn't married.
And then her husband Josh, who is our videographer, and then Lisa Hemmings, who's our stager, and then Danae Hamilton, who is marketing, is also Oz. Oz is brand new.
Oz is brand new.
Oz is awesome.
Yeah,
Yes, he
Let me
is. We
just
like
say,
him a lot.
We love him. He is going to do amazing things.
But he doesn't want to be called the wizard. I tried.
Yeah,
He said no. He
don't
didn't
do
like
it. No,
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be Oz.
I hated that show. I really did. Never liked that show.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no. Although I did like the Broadway show.
Oh, Wicked was amazing.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
amazing.
like that one. Okay, as we digress, this is a real estate show. Remember that. So we have an incredible, amazing team that works for our sellers. It's just not one person. And so there's an entire team behind them. And as we were just looking at the 7540 Coral Creek there in Willow Creek, you can see the pictures, the video, all that we do for that. And if you didn't see it, go online and our Facebook Live, or you can go to our website, which is DaynaSimmonsRealEstate.com, and you can view all of our videos there as well. But one thing I love about that house is I think the Willow Creek area is like a secret.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize how amazing that neighborhood is. It is awesome. My mom and dad live out there. My son and his wife live out there, and they love it. The golf course, the neighbors are friendly. People are walking all the time. So not only is that great, but that house.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Man.
It is beautiful.
That backyard, you can sit, and there's the pool with the greens right behind you. Feels like way more than an acre because you've got that golf course behind you.
Right.
And so it's
The seller actually told me a feature of the house that I hadn't heard before, which is Juliet balconies.
oh yeah.
It's the ones that just go out a foot or two, so
Yeah.
you can, I don't know, call down to your
Romeo.
love. Your Romeo, I don't know. But I thought that was neat, a little Juliet balcony. But yeah, it's got all kinds of cool spaces.
really
and
cool
there's
stuff.
a separate area that it's not an in-law suite or anything, but it's a downstairs, very large room with its own bath for guests. So
That could be a great in-law suite.
yes.
Yeah. And that upstairs game room.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's awesome. Yeah. So beautiful home. If you're needing something big, this one's almost 5,500 square feet. That's a great house. So take a tour of it. It's awesome. But let's talk back the listing department. We have talked earlier about the market. So everyone has been saying, how's the market? How's the market? And nationally, you keep hearing all kinds of negative things. And while, yes, it's not fantastic that interest rates have gone up, it is the reality of what it is. Katie, you mentioned the average over the last 30 years, I think is 7.7%. So we're still well below that. But listen, we're not where we were, which was awesome
Yeah.
for a very long time. But it is the benefit of home ownership. One of the things that we're going to be talking about next week that I think people will want to make sure they're listening to is the fact that while interest rates may have gone up a little bit, prices are going down a little bit.
Right.
With that, there is an offset. There are also all kinds of tips and tricks you can use to bring that interest rate down. And so Christy Dorian with First Financial Bank, she's going to be on the show next week. She and I are going to talk about what are some of the things that you can do to kind of work on that. Because if you're planning on being in that house for the life of your loan and you can get it down 1% or 2%, That's a great thing to do.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
we're even negotiating things like that on the seller side.
that's right.
There are some buyers that they're almost there and they love the house and like, tell me why.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can fix it or figure it out. So yeah, we're all in that world right now. So
That's right. And so
Just
that's
ask.
the creativity of a listing agent who says, you know, what can we do to help you get into this house? And thinking creatively, not just about reducing the price, but what if we rolled up the price a little bit and bought a point, paid down that interest rate, and got you to the point that you could afford it? There are so many creative things that you can do. They're out of the box.
because we are seeing prices, I wouldn't say they're necessarily going down yet. That might happen, but right now they're kind of stabilizing. So people can't just ask what they want and expect to get it.
Right.
It's just not the reality currently. And I would also say speed of sale is not what it was last year either.
Right. Yeah.
So just kind of keep those things in mind, but just ask the questions. I mean, we're here for the knowledge. You know, we lived through it. So
Yeah, the experience. You were here in 2008 when the rest of the world had some pretty major crashes. We saw a little bit of a dip here. We did, but we did not compare. We also have billions of dollars coming
Yes.
to Southeast Texas. And
so much opportunity.
so much opportunity. So I feel like while things might be a little hiccup, and I'm not ignoring the fact that there are some changes going on, there are ways to walk through and around and manage what's going on right now in a way that can benefit you.
Right.
And so I want to thank you, Katie, and also you, Rachel, for being here today.
Well,
It's
thank
been,
you for having us.
Yes.
yeah, you know, it's gone so fast.
I know.
It's like
It's super fast.
we don't get to
Except my stomach's growling, so
Yeah.
get the show on the road.
I know what time it is now. It's time for lunch. Yeah, that's again what we do at our office. It's like how many times a week?
I'm
can we-
surprised you made it this long, Katie. Usually you have to eat at 11.
Thanks, Rachel.
Her stomach starts
Well,
growling
I
around
know.
11.
Well, it's been great having you guys. It's been great having you guys listening and a part of the show today. We just want to thank you for listening and join us next week with Christy Dorian with First Financial Bank. This is Dayna SImmons with the Dayna SImmons Show.